Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to another Trudi show. Today, Alex is with me again. Finally, it's been a while since we've seen your face. Alex, welcome back.
Hi, Trudy. Hello, everyone.
Okay, guys. So Alex, I think, is going to put me in the hot seat today a bit. It was his idea to do a bit of a questionnaire and ask me anything. So I'm probably going to be caught unawares, so if I stumble a bit, then my bad. But just a quick mention, though, before we get started, Alex. Firstly, guys, we do have construction next to me here, so if there's any like loud bangs or whatever, I do apologize for that in advance, but hopefully we'll be quiet on set today. And we are almost closing. Alex, I don't know if you want to add anything to that, but we are almost closing. So guys, be sure to hand in your orders as soon as possible with the accurate shipping. Make sure you check the estimated delivery date. Make sure you give your proof of payment, your artwork, all of that. Otherwise, you're not going to get it on time. Our last shipping date is the 22nd, Alex, right?
No, 21st, I think.
21st? Okay, well, it's either that Monday or that Tuesday. But the point being, though, we are essentially closed by the 18th. So please make sure that you do that.
You're absolutely right, Trudy. Here, I think the main thing is even if we ship it out on the 21st or 22nd, our couriers then take it and will deliver it, and so even if we give it to the courier, you might only get it in the new year then. So just be aware of that. And please, if you really need it this year, make sure your latest delivery date states that you will get it this year. Currently, our production is jammed up, and there are many hurdles, from paper shortages to electricity outages, and right now there is not a lot we can do if you want to have your order expedited and your latest delivery date states that you're going to get it in the new year. So please be aware of that. Favors right now are very difficult, and we can't promise it.
Yeah, and we also can't do a favor for everyone. We have hundreds of orders that we deal with. So, yeah.
We would love to, though, Trudy.
Of course. We always try to help where we can. But at the end of the day, we're not magicians. We wish we were, but...
Correct.
Cool.
All right, Trudy, now I'm taking over here. And, Trudy's been on the Printulu show, or as we used to call it, the Daily Printulian, every week. And you might be asking, who is Trudy? What's she doing? I want to know more about Trudy. Trudy already has a lot of fans. So we're doing this for the fans, I guess, here. We've been talking about doing a lot of other things for the fans already here, Trudy, but we'll not go into this right now, I guess.
No.
So the first question is, Trudy, you've studied design, graphic design at Pretoria University. You've done a very special design course there, actually. So tell us a little bit, or tell me a little bit, the reason why you studied design.
Okay, well, yeah, I studied information just as a background. I studied information design at Tux. So it's a 4-year degree. It's not at a design college or anything like that. It's quite specialized. So you're right. It's also, I think, one of the only universities that offer that course, I think, in the country. So yeah, very, very fortunate to have done that. I started, honestly, obviously I love design, but we can get into that later. But it's the one thing that I can do under pressure and still enjoy. It's like the one talent I have that I can do under pressure and still like really love doing it. Like I can cry about it and cry about the stress, but I still love it. So that's probably why I chose that.
Okay. And what is so fascinating about designing that you can cry and design?
Fascinating. I think it's kind of the combination of different elements, right? I love writing. I read every day. I love written word, if we can put it that way. And visual elements, I think combining those two to actually, I think I've mentioned this before in a previous video, to create a message that really reaches someone. I think that's really special. But if you want to talk about what I find fascinating about design, it's the one career I see the most that people will not want to pay for, but they can't do it themselves. I see this on a daily basis. It's a serious issue where people are like, oh, can't you just do this logo for free? Yeah, but it will take me 3 hours. Yeah, but like, it's just drawing a picture. So that's quite frustrating and fascinating, I would say.
Okay, that's frustrating. I hope it's not fascinating.
No, I mean,
because I don't find that fascinating if people have that sort of expectation.
Would you go to a doctor's office and be like, yeah, but can you just do this for free for me? Yeah, people are
some people will get around or get away with it, but yeah, that's life, I guess. Okay, and I mean, you also have the nickname the Creative Bomb at Printulu. Let's not get into the details of what you understood in the beginning, but how do you define creativity, and where do you get yours from?
Where do I get mine from? That's interesting. So creativity for me is coming up with ideas, but also being able to bring that to life. So I think it's kind of seeing things that people see every day and restructuring it, coming up with a new way of seeing it. Because at the end of the day, nothing is actually new. You can go into a long philosophical debate about that, but nothing is actually new. But I think being able to reinvent and be inventive about things, I think is probably what I would define creativity as. Where do I get mine? I think to be creative every day, constantly, you have to kind of draw inspiration everywhere from everything, you know, elements you see around you every day, movies you watch, books you read, pictures you see on Pinterest, whatever your, you know, hobbies may be. But I think you draw creativity from that. And it's like anything else. It's a muscle you exercise, you know. It's like your mathematical brain. If you work it, you get better at it. Same goes for creativity.
So it's more your own approach than actually where or what it is. It's more sort of your way, the lens you see the world, basically.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that. And I think it's different for everyone. I don't think there's like a silver bullet for it. It really depends on you.
Okay, great. I mean, Trudi could have been a politician as well. We can see that here, very diplomatic. Great. Okay, so how would you describe your job at Printulu? And in particular, what are your daily tasks, and what are the daily things you usually do, and what do you particularly like about
it? That's a very broad question, Alex. Daily tasks. I mean, I obviously have branched a lot more into the marketing aspect. I started out with client designs and doing, you know, working on the briefs we get from clients. But I've branched much more into the marketing, so SEO, the blog. We are not focusing as much on the blog right now. Obviously, COVID times have changed. It's shifted kind of the focus that we have. But basically ads, a lot of digital designing, I would say, banners, also the videos, obviously, so much more marketing content generation, I would say. Daily tasks, I can't really tell you that there's no recipe for it. It really depends on what we decide we're doing for the week and what we need to focus on. It changes every day. Did you ask me what do I love about it?
but love is also a good word.
You know, I love my job at Printulu. I would use love. No, that's kind of that's what I love about it. Is it's different every day. I think you do get people that kind of prefer sitting at a desk every day and doing the same thing in and out every single day. I'm not like that. I think especially if you're any type of creative, that's super boring and it stifles creativity. So I think being able to learn something new every day and doing something different every day has been super stimulating for me. I think that's what makes this job at Printulu super special.
And in that journey of having constantly new things, new tasks, new challenges, what has been the biggest surprise?
The biggest surprise. Well, I've had jobs at, I mean, I've been a designer at agencies, I've worked for corporate, etc. But this was my first time working for a startup or at a startup. And I think what was super surprising to me was how much you can grow at a startup. I don't know if that's honestly unique to Printulu. It might be. Alex, you'd have a better insight there. But I think that's really cool. If you put in the work and you put in the time, you can actually grow super fast. And I think that's amazing. And I love that.
Mm. Yeah, to your question, I think it always depends on the people that you work with, number one, and I think number two, it depends on the structure of the business. Do you have feedback loops? Do you have the freedom to do the things that you want to do? So I think it's a combination. Yeah. And startups generally have a structure where there's a lot of experimentation and trial and error, and that's generally what's nurturing certain type of personas, like you.
That's cool. I mean, true persona. Yeah, but I think that's cool. I mean, I could literally ask, listen, I'm interested in this. This is where I want to grow. Can I get more into this? Even if I had no prior knowledge or experience, and I would be coached. And that's, marketing was not my initial goal. So it's really cool. I think that's awesome.
Now, yeah, I mean, we've had this discussion around a T-shaped marketer or T-shaped designer, that it's super important when you grow into a career to have that sort of T-shape, T-shape, that you have one sort of deep expertise, but you have a basic knowledge of a lot of adjacent points in order to be able to connect the dots. And I think that's what you've been doing super well, Trudi. So even though marketing hasn't been your main, what you've studied, you've really connected marketing and design into one picture, basically. And I think that's what's necessary when you want to be successful in one field, is you need to be able to see what's adjacent. And in the end, I mean, we talk about it all the time, a picture can look beautiful, but it also needs to convey the information. It also needs to stimulate our audiences. And I think that's the beauty of design. You can have different intents with it.
Yeah.
But from a design perspective now, what do you recommend Printulu's clients?
Interesting. I mean, there's so much I could say. No, I think I think the biggest thing we still see, and I think it's just human nature, honestly, or just people that don't necessarily understand. But if you supply us with something that is low quality, pixelated, the design isn't good, you're not going to see results. It's, as I said before, we're not magicians. We're, at the end of the day, we're printers, and we do our absolute best to give you proper high quality products. But if what you supply to us is not good, then it can only be so good, the end result. And you can't really, there's nothing we can do then. So yeah.
Garbage in?
Yeah, garbage out. I mean, that's intense to call it garbage.
But that's the case. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Trudi, we've talked a lot about design, Printulu, what you've studied. What's your final life advice? Advice to clients, advice to young designers, advice to people working at startups. What's your advice to our listeners?
From me. You know what, Alex? I think, look, this has been a super difficult year. I've personally seen a lot of failures, a lot of things, that were challenging. But all throughout my career, I've had, I mean, better than anyone, I've had quite a difficult difficult journey getting to where I am now, and I'm super happy where I am now. But I would say from all of that, and it's something I'm still learning, is to learn to fail well. Actually, interestingly enough, it was part of the training that I did this morning, but learn to fail well, learn to take the criticism, take the feedback, learn to make mistakes and not take it as a massive knock. Don't take it personally and just learn from it. If you can learn from the mistakes you made instead of taking it super personally like I used to do, you'll be able to grow so much quicker. And I think that applies to designers, that applies to pretty much everyone and anyone that's going through a challenging time right now as well. So I think that's, I don't know, is that profound enough for life advice?
Well, that the listeners have to decide on, but I would like to end here with Churchill, who says, right, success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And I think that really sums up what you've just said very nicely. I think there is nothing else that can come then, you know. So thank you, Trudi. And now I'm handing over again the moderator mic to you.
Okay, cool. Alex, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I feel a bit awkward having the spotlight on myself so much. I've told Alex I'm tired of seeing my face everywhere on the Printuli page. But as long as you guys are enjoying it and finding value in it, then that's fine. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. But guys, thank you so much for watching and joining us today. If you have any other questions for me personally or about design or the printing process at Printuli, please let us know in the comments down below. And as I mentioned in the beginning, please make sure you get your orders in now. We are closing soon, otherwise you will not be getting your prints on time and we can't promise anything. So please, 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 please go ahead and do that. Alex, anything else from you before we close off?
Do we have a discount right now?
Ooh, good reminder. Guys, we are running a 20% discount right now. There is a full screen pop-up on the website. So if you visit our website, www.printuli.co.za, you will see that. 20% discount, you click on the button and it sends you a personal code that you can use, and it's on all of our gifting products. So that includes USBs, diaries, pens, etc., etc. It's a really awesome range. So please do go check that out if you want to save.
Number one.
All right, cool. Thanks, Alex.
All
Cheers,
right.
everyone.
Cool. Thank you, Trudi. Cheers.